Hello, Company Affairs community. I'm Arman KG, and I'll be your host for this cast between Freestyler and DrHorse and Freestyler, if you will, that took place during the group stage of Sandland's Invitational tournament just a few weeks ago. This particular replay, along with some other ones, was featured in a thread created by Seb, administrator and expert for our company here at Game Replays, titled Worth Watching Replays, referring, of course, to that particular tournament. And I took his word for it, and I'm going to cast this, and hopefully it will be a good game. So I'll pause at the 5-second mark, as is customary, and I'll be unpausing at 3, 2, 1, unpaused. 6, 7, 8, and counting. So yeah, that particular tournament, Sandland's Invitational, was really hyped among the Company of Heroes community because it featured some amazing high top tier players. Razor, Seb, Tommy Toma, the winner of the last tournament at Game Replays, among few. So it really had potential, but the fact is that it lost some steam, especially since Razor and Seth didn't show up, Charles Darwin quit, etc., etc. The fact remains, however, that it did prove that there are people that can play this game at a high level, and we are not out of them yet, so there's still hope. So with that being said, let's go back to the game, a game that does not feature bias spam, and that may be a good sign, because as it's my understanding, lately people are starting to get bored of bias spam. Of course, the tournament itself does not allow pack sniping, so that's another plus for the tournament and for the games themselves. So let's see how this is gonna go. Of course, I forgot to say the map is Angoville. Freestyler spawned in the south as the Wehrmacht, and DrHorse in the north as the US. First move by Freestyler seems to be a standard capping with his spies, a very standard capping order, not rushing for the fuel or anything, and actually similar capping order by DrHorse, although he did kind of rush the fuel to the east. A skirmish is going on in the west. Volksgrenadier promptly built sandbags and fend off a rifleman squad along with some engineers. And now it seems that both of them have taken position in light cover. The first Volksgrenadier squad is being reinforced with the second one. Are we gonna see Volk spam? I don't think so. Anyway, second rifleman squad out for DrHorse, moving to the west as well. I'm guessing there will be a flanking maneuver by those riflemen squad, while the Volksgrenadier promptly focused fire the engineers capping the high fuel and forced them to retreat, which is a really nice move because it did delay the capture by a little. It's not much since the riflemen were nearby and capped it. Seems there gonna be some hide and seek between those pioneers and the rifle squads, but the riflemen don't even bother. They're just gonna cap the high munition point there. And sadly, there will be no Volksgrenadier spam because there is an MG on the field. And kind of a weird move by DrHorse, he's getting a Jeep out as his third unit, which is really weird in the sense that you get the Jeep early if you want to, in order, to harass the pioneers, to dislodge some Volksgrenadiers from their cover, so you can push it with your riflemen. So a late Jeep, I don't know how helpful it will be, but it's still a Jeep, it's still a unit. Pioneers are still around, Volks are still around. His sight range is really good. Maybe it will be helpful in, setting up some flanks. Gangs, I'm sorry. other game reference there. Put your game reference there.
The enemy advances.
The Wehrmacht player seems to have taken control of the West with the help of his MG, you know, that he acts as a preventative. A very fearsome force to deal with for the American player. And the second MG out now, the fourth unit of the Wehrmacht player sets up, has a rifleman squad in its arc of fire, will start firing and will suppress that rifleman squad. Let's see if they're gonna choose to retreat or stay around. They are retreating, and wisely so. No flank being prepared by the American player. He just continues to cap the east of the map because he was given, of course, the green light to do so, since the Wehrmacht player is focusing in the west, and rightfully so, may I say, because it's actually easier to defend. That's in my experience so far in this game. The west in Angoville from the south, spawning, you know, as Wehrmacht, is easier to defend than the east for some reason, and this reason I think is that damn cutoff point right outside the house, that if this actually falls into the hands of your opponent, it's really tough to take take back, since that house nearby may provide him with even additional cover and make it even more difficult to reclaim it. A flank attempted by DrHorse kind of fails in the west. However, a really good grenade almost decimates a Volk Grenadier squad, forcing it to retreat. The approaching rifleman squads from the north seems to have been stopped by this MG42. However, the remaining folks just behind the MG42 gets pushed up by those riflemen. The flank seems to have succeeded. However, there is a bunker that has been built and is being upgraded right now to a medic bunker. There's still the second MG, and of course there's a sniper. Fifth unit out for the Wehrmacht player is a sniper. The Jeep is trying its best to kill the sniper, but he takes cover into the bunker. MG takes a grenade, is still alive, one member left. The sniper is gonna fire, is gonna miss, and that rifle squad is gonna retreat, but another rifle squad, actually two coming from the west, one closing in from the east. This medic bunker, I don't know if it's gonna be effective or not, but that particular sniper is in grave danger of going down, and that's a huge manpower loss for the Wehrmacht there. And yes, the sniper does not make it. It was under fire by 3 rifle squad, and that is 340 manpower gone to waste. However, now the Wehrmacht players come back with a knack for revenge, and tries to make those riflemen retreat, sacrificing kind of his Flamer Pioneer squad, but he does achieve his purpose. Really, really tense, fighting around that medic bunker early on, and I don't know, it kind of is, somehow pointless for the American player to do so, especially if it's such a close proximity and if the medics are still around. Has he killed the medics? That's a question. No, the medics are alive, so I don't know if that was the best choice for the American player. However, he does have much of the map, the east of the map, and part of the west. He has forced, the Wehrmacht player to cut back on his capping ability. And now, I think, since I don't see any tech in the Wehrmacht base, and since defensive doctrine has been chosen for the Wehrmacht player, will we see tier 2 defensive to a flak, to a pack, and to veterancy for infantry? We'll have to see. A rather strange move by the Wehrmacht player trying to cap. Oh, that Pioneer squad went down in the west. That was a Flamer squad as well. That's quite a loss, actually. And all that just to cap a victory point? I'm not so sure. Anyway, let's see the units out for the Wehrmacht player right now. He lost the sniper and the Pioneer squad. He has all the rest of his units up. The American player hasn't lost anything for a rifleman squad and 2 engineers, and now he built a supply depot and of course a medic, the triage center, meaning that is he going to invest in infantry that much? It seems so, since he has bars, he already had grenades, he does have flamers on his engineers, and he has the healing for them. The supply depot is of course there just to provide that easier XP gain for the riflemen, as well as the supply demand, reduction. That sounds like really bad, but anyway, the upkeep reduction. That's what I meant. Okay, don't hate. A rifleman trying to going for the cutoff in the west, as is customary. Wow, that's a bold move. Another sniper out by the Wehrmacht player. Seems he doesn't learn from his mistakes. Hope he doesn't lose that one. The riflemen do make the move in the east. They drive back those pesky Wehrmacht forces that were trying to recap that territory. And seems that the MGs do not do something really helpful for the Wehrmacht army. They are out of position. They need to move right now. They need to... okay, now... yeah, they do force a retreat. For the American player, DrHorse, he may have forgotten about them. I'm not sure why. He advanced so far into the, the Wehrmacht territory. But it did happen, the rifle retreat. A very good fuel income for DrHorse, but equally so for the Wehrmacht player, so for Freestyler, so I don't see something particularly alarming in either player's situation. A motorbook has gone up for DrHorse, so maybe we're gonna see an M8. Sniper in danger in the east, but two False Grenadier squad are nearby. They will force those two rifleman squads to retreat, and we already have veterans level 1 for the Wehrmacht infantry. A mine goes off by the house in the west. Minor casualties. Actually, no casualties for either of those False Grenadier squads. Very lucky, I would say, especially since they were clumped up together, and a mine could be devastating. Yeah, well, at least it was not the sniper. That's something. Sniper also with veterans. That's interesting. So we do have both infantry veterans level 1 and support infantry level 1. That's really weird. It's an investment. It's a heavy investment in infantry in infantry and support by Freestyler. I'm not sure whether this will pay off, especially since there's an M8 on the field right now. The skirts have been upgraded. I'm not sure whether he is gonna upgrade the 50 millimeter, gun as well, the turret. But he could do so. Has munitions to spend. M8 in the base. Is he going for a mine drop? Let's see. It takes a fast on the front. The second fast on the front. Down to around 20% health. Has to retreat. A pack is out. Seems that the Wehrmacht player is gonna to contain this M8 threat, and he's gonna keep buying veterancy and building his defenses. I don't see any threat. The American player doesn't seem to deal with the west at all. He focuses on the east. I don't know why. He already has the east. An artillery strike on a sniper and False Grenadier squad does absolutely nothing, since actually he killed one False Grenadier. But he did force a retreat. I'm not sure why he did that. It was kind of a blind shot. He knew they were there. He thought, maybe the first shot takes them all out. Maybe he did it to save his mate, which would have died most probably after two fasts. But still, I don't know. But he still has munitions, so maybe it's just okay. Second M8 out. Let's see if it has skirts as well. Yes, it does. So both M8s kind of armored against those Fausts and those pesky, not so pesky, those fearsome packs. A pack that actually target fired the wall just in front of the M8 so that he has a clear shot, but that is not the case. The M8 is still there, taking cover behind that shed there, and still raining